Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to start with the last chapter of civics, and the name of the chapter is Public Facilities. Children, do you know what all things come under public facilities? Of course, you might be knowing. The things which comes under public facilities are very common, like electricity, transport, water supply, etc. And who is responsible for all these things? Yes, of course, it's government only. It's the duty of the government to provide all these basic necessities of life to the public, to the people. And it's the responsibility of the government itself that these facilities reach to each and every person living in the country. And if these facilities are successful in reaching to the people, each and every people, this shows that the country is developing, that the country is improving. So today we are going to discuss in detail about all these facilities, and we will also study a case study of Chennai. That is, water supply, is it reaching each and every part of Chennai, or it's there only in the urban areas? What's the condition in the rural areas? So let's start with the explanation of the public facilities as to what all factors come under it. So children, we were talking about public facilities. Why these public facilities are important? Because they are the necessities of the common man, the necessities of we human being, and without which our life is not full. We cannot live the life up to the full extent. Now, let's see what are the public facilities provided by the government. So, these are some of the public facilities which are provided to us by the government: transportation, electricity, health, education, and water supply. Now, what is public facilities? Public facilities are there: water and the people, water supply, water and the people of Chennai. Water supply to Chennai is it available to all? Water as part of the fundamental right of life, the government's role in search of alternatives. So children, here we are talking about the public facilities in Chennai. As we all know that water is the basic necessity of the people, and in Chennai there are ample full of water, and everywhere the area looks lush and green with lawns maintained by a generous spraying of water everywhere. And all these things, they come under public facilities. Like water is also considered as part of the fundamental right of life, and it's the government's role to take care of the water facilities. Now let's see some more public facilities. Things like electricity, public transport, schools and colleges, etc. They all come under public facilities which are very necessary for survival. So these things, these basic necessities of human beings which are very necessary for survival are known as public facilities. Public facilities are provided so that its benefits can be shared by many people. So it is given to us so that the people can have its maximum benefit from them. And this is the responsibility of government to make public facilities available to every individual, and no one should be discriminated just on the basis of social or economic division. So children, as I have told you before also, it is the responsibility of government to provide the basic facilities to every individual, and no one should be discriminated on any of the basis, whether it is a social or economic basis. And sanitation and water should be provided to all. Let's see the case study of the water and the people of Chennai. Here a case study is described. Mr. Ram Gopal, he lives in Anna Nagar, Chennai, and this area is green with lawns maintained by spraying of water. In the similar manner, in an apartment where Mr. Subramaniam lives, water supply is inadequate. They have to spend rupees 500 to 600 per month to buy water. Sia lives in Madipakkam, Chennai. She gets water once in 4 days. For drinking, she buys bottled water. So, Sia, she lives in a small place in Chennai and she gets water supply once in 4 days. And for drinking, she has to buy boiled water. So, water as a public utility is available in different quantity to different people. So, though water is available everywhere, but it is available in different quantity to different people. Safe drinking water comes under the fundamental right of an individual, and it is the responsibility of government to avail it to citizens. So, safe drinking water facility, providing safe drinking water is the responsibility of the government, and it comes under the fundamental right of an individual. So, these are the 3 situations given in the book, which you can read and analyze how the public facility is related with these 3 things. Then, water supply to Chennai, is it available to all? So, we will continue with the same case study which we started in the previous slide, that water supply to Chennai, though there is water supply, but is it available to each and everyone in Chennai? Water, it is marked in Chennai by shortage. So, there is water shortage in Chennai. Municipal supply meets only about half the needs of the people of the city on an average. So, half of the population gets the water supply. The burden of shortfalls in water supply falls mostly on the poor. So, mostly the poor people are sufferer as they don't get proper water supply. In search of alternatives, the scenario of shortage and acute crisis during the summer months is common to other cities of India. So, when we are talking about the present scenario, there is shortage of water and acute crisis during the summer time in most part of India. A shortage of municipal water is often taken as a sign of failure of the government. So, when in any city or anywhere there is shortage of water, it is considered as the failure of the government. And throughout the world, water supply is the responsibility of the government. So, everywhere, whichever country we are talking about, it is the responsibility of the government to provide safe and secure water supply to its people. And there are very few instances of private water supply, that most of the countries, it is the responsibility of the government only. In this era of industrialization, water pollution has become a major problem. So as there are more and more industries, so water pollution takes place in a larger quantity. And to avail the clean drinking water to a large population can be done through the technology advancement which needs investment by the government. So, children, to provide the clean drinking water to a greater population of the country, it can be only done through the technology advancement, through the latest technology which needs the investment, which leads to investment by the government. So, as we are saying that water is a part of the fundamental right of life. Let's have a quick look at this. Water is essential for life and for good health. This everybody knows, but it is very clear. And India has one of the largest numbers of causes of water related diseases such as diarrhea, dysentery, cholera. So there are a large number of water diseases when the proper and the clean water supply is not there. More than 1600 Indians, mostly children below the age of 5, they die every day because of water related diseases. And children, can you guess and tell me why these water related diseases are inborn? It is just because when the clean and safe drinking water is not available to the people. The Constitution of India recognizes the right to water as being a part of the right to life under Article 21. That means there should be universal access to water. So children, under Article 21, this water supply has come as the right to life, and which means that water supply water supply should be there to each and every part of the country, and it is the duty of the government to take care of it. The High Courts and Supreme Courts have held that the right to safe drinking water is a fundamental right. So the High Court and Supreme Court has declared that the right to safe drinking water is a fundamental right. Verdicts given by courts make it as the responsibility of government to ensure the supply of fresh drinking water. So again and again the same thing is given, that it is the responsibility of government to ensure the supply of fresh drinking water to the people. Now let's see the government's role. It is being continued from what we are studying since the beginning of the chapter. The main source of revenue for the government is the taxes collected from the people, and the government is empowered to collect these taxes and use them for such programs. So the main source of money, the main source of revenue for the government is the collection of taxes, and every year we give water tax also, and these taxes, they are used in for government's many programs. For instance, to supply water, the government has to incur costs in pumping water, carrying it over long distances, laying down pipes for its distribution, treating the water for impurities, and finally collecting and treating wastewater. So the government has to, besides the supply of water, the government has to take care of and to spend money in all these things like pumping water, carrying it long distance, laying down the pipelines, treating the, impuring the water, collecting and treating wastewater. So everything, it is the responsibility of the government itself. It meets these expenses partly from the various taxes that it collects and partly by charging a price for water. So how did the government get the money for all these things? So partially the government gets the money from the taxes and partially by charging a price for water. And this price is set so that most people can afford a certain minimum amount of water for daily use. And one of the most important tasks of government is to ensure the availability of resources to everyone, to see that the water supply is available to each and everyone. By making the administration strict and effectively implementing the schemes, government can help underprivileged. So underprivileged who are below the poverty line, who doesn't get proper facilities, the government schemes can help them also. The government, by utilizing the revenue collected in better social schemes and using the resources in better manner, can ensure the well-being to maximum of the population. So children, the government utilizes the revenue, the taxes collected in a better social schemes, providing more and more and better schemes that can ensure the well-being of the individual to the maximum, so that maximum benefit can be provided to the population. And let's see the government's role in all these things. The most important function of the government is to ensure that these public facilities, they are available to each and everyone, like making provision for education, setting up of schools and colleges, improving health and sanitation facilities, ensuring equal distribution of food throughout the country, improving the means of transport, maintenance of public utility works like post offices, railways and roads. So these are a few of the facilities which are provided to the common people by the government. And even the private companies, they operate for profit in the market. Public facilities are related to people's basic demands, basic needs. So children, you can go through it. These are the basic facilities which is provided by the government for its people. Now the government is also finding the proper alternatives besides these, like when there is acute water shortage in summer season, then shortage of water is marked as failure of government. Some people argue that companies should take over the task of water supply. Then there are many examples of private companies providing public facilities. So nowadays we have seen that even the private companies, they provide the public facilities to the individuals. Like in New Delhi, the electricity distribution is in the hands of private companies these days. In such case, the government has to put in proper checks and balances to keep the charges under a limit. So these are some of the facts of the government. The government supplies water all over the world. So we are very much sure and we have the knowledge about this thing. Then there are some areas in the world the public water supply has achieved universal access. Places where water supply was handed over to private companies. It showed a steep rise in the price, making it unaffordable for many. So children, where water supply was handed to private companies, they start charging the heavy prices for it. Within India, there are cases of success in government department, though they are few in number and limited to certain areas of their work. For example, cities like Mumbai, they have raised water charges to reach the expenses of water supply. Hyderabad showed increased coverage and improved performance in revenue collection. Department of Chennai has taken initiative like rainwater harvesting to increase the level of groundwater. They also gave permission to supply the water tankers at the fixed rate. So children, these are the facts, these are the alternatives found by the government, and wherein the private sectors, they have started working besides the government, but as they are working, they are also charging heavy prices for whatever supply they do of the water. Children, there are so many health problems too in India faced by the people when the water is not pure, like communicable disease problem, nutrition problems, environmental sanitation problem, medical care problem and population problem. So these are the health problems which are caused due to impure water. So this is the picture, you can see challenges of transportation. This is all the public facility, the work done by the people. So this is, here we are talking about the rural sanitation in India. We know that the rural sanitation program is quite backward in our country, but recently due to Prime Minister's so many schemes, Many sanitation programs were launched in the year 1986, especially in the rural areas. The program was reconstructed again in April 1999, which focuses on demand-driven approach in a phased manner with a view to cover the wider range of rural population by the end of 9th five-year plan. So children, lot of hard work is done by the government to take care of the sanitation programs in villages. So many toilets they are being constructed so that the people can go and utilize it. And this is the scheme. Like previously there was no electricity, then slowly as the time passed there was electricity in rural areas too. Now migration, rural urban migration refers to the movement of people from rural areas into cities to live and work. So the people they have started migrating, moving from the village to the cities in search of work, in search of livelihood. So that is all children. It is the conclusion what all we have studied, that public facilities, it is related to the basic needs of the country, and the government, the Indian Constitution has recognized the right to water, health, education as it comes under the right to life. Then the important role of the government is to ensure that proper public facilities are provided to each and everyone in the society. Then public facilities provided to everyone gives better living conditions and help any country to get recognized at international level in terms of development. So whatever facilities are provided, it should be provided to each and everyone so that the level of the country increases and it can be the development can be shown at the international level. And the success of any government is also acknowledged through the facilities and basic needs. So children, the success of any government is also judged on the basis of the public facilities which are provided to the people. Provided means it reaches to each and every person living in this country, and these facilities finally becoming the building blocks of the government of a nation. So it becomes the building blocks, that is the development is measured, the improvement of the country is measured as to these when the public facilities are provided and they reach properly to the people of the country. So children, that's all for today. Go through the chapter and read the chapter for more clear and better understanding. Thank you. Have a good day.